We're Rich and Kirsten, and after living and traveling in our self-converted van this summer, we took some time off traveling to set up a home base in the heart of the Canadian Rockies. After thrifting everything in our apartment, so that brings our grand total of everything, we're ready to continue doing all of the awesome van adventures we were enjoying this past summer.
We are back adventuring in the van. We're on our way up to Jasper for a work trip, and we decided that maybe it'd be nice to stop along the way and enjoy the best of the seasons, but as you can probably see, fall in this area of the country is really short, like 2 to 3 weeks short. And I'm in my winter parka again, and it's snowing. We decided to stop at the Columbia ice fields, which is probably the worst characterization of what fall is like in this area because it is 0 degrees and fully snowing here, which I'm not expecting in Jasper, but I've been surprised before. We've decided to stop and make a coffee, except that I noticed one small thing.
We don't have any mugs with us, honey. What are we gonna do?
I already knew that. It looks like we're gonna be drinking out of the carafe today.
I disconnected everything so the lines wouldn't freeze. So now we're stuck doing everything the old-fashioned way.
But there will be coffee.
Oh, I caught it. I know it looks really weird that we're brewing coffee in our pour over in a bowl, but there is a method to the madness. I promise.
It's a cup and saucer. This is very British of us.
It's just too hot on the bottom to touch.
I do feel like ergonomically though, this is like kind of like drinking a hot liquid out of a straw. Like I feel like I'm gonna scorch my face. It's not so bad.
How hot is it?
A lot less hot than you think it would be. That's the honest truth. It's a little bitter. I'm not really sure.
It smelled kind of weird.
Is this the Kicking Horse coffee?
It's whatever's been in the van.
I feel like it's the Kicking Horse coffee, and that was not very good.
Gary would not be happy with you.
I know, I'm sorry, Gary. I know you're not watching, but...
Our mirror is completely covered in snow, by the way.
Yeah. There's a lot of snow on that. Don't hold it against me, but I actually kind of love it. I'm not really big on cold, but it's a little known fact about me that I love Christmas, I love wintertime, at least from the indoors. And I'm very happy it's not 20 degrees and humid in October.
Me too. More coffee?
Yes.
I'll trade you.
Okay. For the record, I did offer Rich Starbucks at the ice field because I have money on my Starbucks card for no reason, and he declined. So it just goes to show how much he appreciates our homemade coffee from a carafe.
We've driven past this place like 8 times and we never stopped here, so we figured why not give Sunwapta Falls a chance. It's kind of cool, actually.
A lot of people rave about it, so we figured we should probably come and check it out at some point or another. It reminded me a lot of Maligne Canyon, which we went and saw last year, except that it's actually falls, which is cool.
It's starting to like snow or sleet on us, but we decided to take the trail down to the lower falls anyways. It was about 1.5 kilometers. We started at the big falls, which was kind of cool. I just like have this like mental block about attractions where they build like platforms. And it's the same issue I have when we go to the bigger and more impressive Athabasca Falls. It just feels like they put like this big concrete jungle in something that's so beautiful and so natural, and it just feels wrong. So we just walked further past the falls down the Sunwapta River and, found a little bit of peace and quiet.
And some more snow.
Where are you going?
Going for a swim.
I don't believe you. Take your pants off. I'm feeling lazy today, so we picked up this pre-made soup from Le Grand. It is, as you would know, one of our favorites, Indian food. It is organic soup, Indian dal, so lentil soup. Should be delicious. It's plant powered, so it's vegan. Water, red lentils, coconut cream, butternut squash, onion, spices, sea salt, nutritional yeast, fresh garlic, and lactic acid. May contain nuts. Microwave for 3 to 4 minutes. Well, we don't have that, so we're gonna use our stovetop. I also don't have any spatulas, so I hope I don't burn it on the bottom.
Would that be bad?
This is not very easy to get into.
Does not look good.
Oh, it looks like dal. Looks like dal tadka.
Look at that chunky stuff. Wait, how are we going to start? Do we have spoons?
I have spoons.
Okay, good.
Try not to make a mess of myself. I'm wearing white. This is a terrible decision. I hope it tastes good because I didn't bring any like pepper or chili.
So we're just going...
So we're just going with whatever it tastes like.
Risk it for the biscuit?
Pretty much. We're going camping next weekend. On Thanksgiving weekend, we're gonna do a little Thanksgiving camping surprise. I always admired the people who went camping back in Ontario in Thanksgiving because I thought it was cold as fuck, and it's gonna be -10 overnight, so I guess I'm going for self-admiration. It could be a terrible decision or it's gonna be so much fun, but we're gonna do all the things that we didn't do when we were living in the van full time, like have a campfire because we didn't want to smell like smoke for 5 days after or bring the smell of smoke into the van. But this time we can go shower the next day. If you guys have any other video ideas that you want us to do in this area, camping, winter adventuring, let us know down in the comments below because we've got a lot of stuff that we want to do here, but we're kind of curious what you guys want to see us do in this area. I think it's pretty good. It's pretty
Doesn't
good.
have like a ton of flavor.
I would make this at home, but I would make it dollier. I would make it more like a stew than like a soup.
So what you're saying is this is a stew with a view?
It's a view, it's gorgeous. We haven't seen Jasper in winter yet. All the times we've been here in the Rockies, this has to be one of the most magical moments, surrounded by the Hall of the Gods and the beautiful Spirit Island. It's incredible, and only so many people a year can experience it just like this, snow covered. It's just started to warm up and the fog is starting to lift off the water and it's creating this beautiful haze. I have gibberish because I can't form my words right now. It's just so beautiful. You really have to see it for yourself.
When we first came to the lake here, like a couple months ago earlier in the summer, I read a sign and it had a quote from Mary Schaefer, who was the woman who led, I believe, the first non-Indigenous campaign to this area. And she said that the Hall of the Gods behind me was by far the most beautiful sight she had ever laid eyes on in the Canadian Rockies. And at the time, I did not really think that that was possible. We've seen so many beautiful things, but the Hall of the Gods here, it's pretty special. We are all done in Jasper, and I'm not gonna lie, that Maligne Lake cruise to Spirit Island was pretty impressive. I actually feel kind of bad for saying earlier this summer that Maligne Lake wasn't really that special, and I think I was a little bit misguided because the wildfire smoke was completely blocking what is potentially the best view in the entirety of the Canadian Rockies. We do have one more thing planned tonight, and it is a really iconic thing to do in Banff, and believe it or not, it's actually TripAdvisor's top thing to do when you're in the town of Banff.
A lot better about this gondola than the one that we took in Vietnam, if you remember, in Dalat. That one I was like, not so sure about the safety standards. At least I know this one is functioning in good order.
Yeah, it's made with Swiss equipment.
It's Swiss equipment, but you get really close to the edges there. I am not an adrenaline junkie. This needs to be clear. This is so fun though.
That's pretty sweet. You can see the town of Banff, Mount Cascade. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
How do you feel about like the open air though? Does it creep you out?
So great.
It's like open. Oh god. It's kind of cool that we're facing a mountain that we actually like climbed, and it still looks like it's a kilometer higher than we are right now. It's like just a monster mountain. Look, you can even see the trail down there. It's just a bunch of switchbacks. Whoa, people hiking.
2 people, 4 people. We've been talking about doing the switchbacks up Sulphur Mountain forever. I don't really mind cheating this one.
I don't know what's crazier, the fact that they built this all up here or the fact that we just skyrocketed up here and didn't take much effort.
Not compared to what we're used to.
Not compared to what we're used to now.
All right, let's go to the lookout. Is that the true summit, do you think? Do you think if we go...
That's Samson's Peak, that's a separate one.
The one we're about to go to?
Yeah.
Should we count it?
Sure.
Does it count as a summit?
Yes.
Cheapies.
I'm a sucker for some good mountain views. It kind of doesn't really matter how you get there. This is pretty cool. I gotta be honest, I would 100% do this gondola again.
And I would do it at sundown every time.
Yeah, it's like 360 mountains, like actually. This is gorgeous.
You can see the town of Banff is completely cascaded with darkness, and yet we are on top of the peak, basking in sunlight still. And the Sundance Ranch from here it's breathtaking. I can't even describe it. You can't get a better view of it than up here.
Well, I guess it's time we head back home to Canmore, and honestly, I'm just so amazed still that we have this kind of stuff in our backyard. But we gotta get some sleep because we have a little summit hiking of our own plan for tomorrow, so hopefully we can get to the top without the help of human ingenuity. We got a much later start to the day today than usual. Normally we're up at like 6 a.m. to do these hikes. It's already like 2:30 p.m. today. That's not like us at all. But today, I finally convinced Kirsten to go do an actual summit. So we're gonna be doing Rimwall today. It's not that difficult of a hike, but it's got a beautiful view of Spray Lake and of the Bow Valley.
It should be noted though that I don't even have my hiking boots on, and I'm pretty sure he's about to start rushing me to get going.
Okay, let's go, come on.
I'm wearing Blundstones, which are not adequate hiking material.
It's time to go. Grab your pole, let's go. I'll grab your bag for you, don't worry about it. Get on the trail.
Also, if you're wondering, which you're probably not wondering about my ankle, it's mostly fine. It's just swollen now, and that's kind of why it's taken us so long to get back on the trail again, with the exception of doing Miners Peak a couple weeks ago. Hopefully this one goes okay. Rich keeps pushing me to do crazier and heavier hikes, and I keep saying no, and he's like, why? But there's a reason.
She's not wrong about that. It's pretty much the truth. But speaking of Miners Peak, I actually made like this interesting little like 6-second climb, and I put it on Instagram. If you're not following us on Instagram, we make like weird little short videos like that, but I've been waiting for the opportunity to share it in its full 16:9 glory.
It is absolutely gorgeous out here, guys. And we're going up there.
I don't feel physically exhausted yet, but I keep yawning. I literally can't stop. I don't feel like I'm getting enough oxygen. Should have at least done like Chloe Ting ab workouts for the last month. This is where we cut to a shot of me staying in our apartment for 5 days straight because we had our groceries delivered.
Now this situation right here is what happens when you try to talk to your camera and your mic's volume is turned to 0. Basically what we were saying was that the weather had really turned on us. We had checked our Garmin. It confirmed that yeah, the forecast had changed from sunny clear skies to freezing rain and potentially snow at higher elevations, so we decided to bail on the hike.
It was a little bit of slippery rock, and so we weren't really into it and figured we were better safe at the car. As you can tell though, the weather is starting to change. I'm in a winter jacket. It's the middle of October. We might get a hint of more warm weather, but I think it's safe to say that we're getting really close to snowshoe season.
Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. This one was fun for us to make. We got to do some kind of touristy stuff, which we don't always do. And I was truly blown away by the Hall of the Gods in Maligne Lake. Honestly, one of the most beautiful things I have seen in my entire life. We'll see you next week. Thank you for watching. Bye.